Mercenaries have been covertly fighting in Syria. A number of questions have been raised about the report, but the outlet has failed to provide clarification. Daniel Hawkins has more.
A shadowy force, a secret army, hundreds of Russian mercenaries fighting in Syria. This was the state-sponsored plot uncovered by a Sky News report, supposedly using first-hand accounts from witnesses who had travelled to the country. Their identities, according to Sky, were protected for safety.
These men are the first to speak out about Wagner.
But are they really? Soon after its release, NTV, a Russian news channel, aired its own report. They say they'd found an actor from Moscow who claimed he was given a script and told to read from it to play a mercenary, even taking reporters to the place where the interview was allegedly filmed. We decided to dig deeper into the whole story. First, we contacted Sky ourselves to ask if they'd really used actors in their piece on Russian mercenaries, but we received no reply specifically commenting on the allegation. I even asked for clarification on social media, both from Sky and correspondent John Sparks, and received no answer. We then got in touch with the star of the NTV report, Alexander Agapov, to check his side of the story.
They said, "We have this information. You simply need to prepare yourself based on this information and make out that you were in the military in Syria, in the service of a private company."
Well, Alexander said he'd been told the script was for a film. He may even land a role in Hollywood, for example. But once he became suspicious, he decided to record the whole conversation secretly to avoid any misunderstandings. He was definitely a hired actor, not a hired gun, returning from Syria. Let's take a listen.
Tens or hundreds of Wagner fighters have died in Syria. Where are the grieving families? Where are the people who have lost their loved ones? This I don't understand.
Of course, all this exists. We just see one or two people at a time. The rest can't even reach their families. Who will let them? My son died in Syria. Who was he? A pilot? Yes, we'll do a live feed. We'll show the funeral.
We were still not convinced about who to believe, so enlisted the help of a specialist in voice analysis. He scrutinized the recording of Alexander and the Sky report, coming to the conclusion that
we used an acoustic investigation. We studied the physics of the two signals, conducted the identification process. The results of the analysis showed that the general level of similarity between the voices was 75.5%. This is sufficient to say that the voice on both tapes is the same person.
But we still wanted more evidence. There was another voice on that tape, allegedly that of the Sky correspondent. We sent this off for analysis too, with a similar result. The Voice Lab conclusion appeared to place Sparks in the same room as Agapov, confirming the actor's story. Coincidentally, the channel had recently been in the headlines for similar allegations of staging a report on weapons smuggling in Romania, even causing prosecutors from the country to get involved. Of course, Sky News is considered a trusted news organization. So the question is, why did they fail to make it absolutely clear they were using actors, if, as it seems likely, that's what they did? We'll let you decide that. Daniel Hawkins, RT, Moscow.